So here we are with another Krista fish. In this one I've got a load of new Malawi rock and there's a couple of other changes. Right, so in this one I've just managed to pick up a massive bag of some big Malawi rock or ocean rock, whatever you want to call it, for a tenner. So let's have a look at that now and then I'll carry on. Right, so I've just got this massive bag with some big chunks of rock, all for a tenner. So I can focus on topping that one up and that one up like I had originally planned. Okay, so now you can see we've added a load more rock into that tank, and then if we come over here we've added a load more rock as well. We've also swapped out all the dragon rock from there and put the matching ocean rock in. So these two are pretty much sorted now, just got to leave them to grow. I'll get all this white off from which is just basically another coloured sand. I'll get all that out when I do the next water change. And then if I turn the other light on, which is a T5, you can see how much brighter it actually looks. The fish seem to be happy anyway with all the new rock, so that's a good start. As I says in this one, they're all happy, they've just added a bit more rock in. It's all nice and sturdy as well. And then I'm doing a couple of changes over here. So everything that goes in this tank is going to be the fish that I've got for sale, live bearer wise. And this tank's a bit stirred up and messy at the moment, so I'm not going to show that one, but I've just basically got everything out. Sponge filter was minging, hence why it looks brown, but I'm going to be keeping all the male guppies in one of the tanks as well. So I'm going to have just male guppies, and then all the rest of the live bearers I'm going to sell on. And then over here as well, I'm going to sell about 3 of the big bala sharks and the 1 kissing gourami, just so I can make a bit more space in this tank for them. But you can also see our stunning boisha, and he just loves sitting and chilling in that spot. See if I can bring the camera around. He is absolutely amazing, bless him. So yeah, and then over here nothing really has changed, everybody's still as happy as anything. Such bad glare from the other tanks, but there's the giant male Jack Dempsey. Then we got a load of females, we got our turtles just chilling, Tango, and the electric blue is in here as well. Haven't named him yet though, believe it or not. My 2 favourite fish are Tango and the electric blue, and I haven't named the electric blue. Right, and then as I say, over here as usual, the gourami tank is still the same, everybody's happy, and we've still got the betta there with 1 molly as his friend. Right, so unlike what you seen earlier, this has actually settled a bit now. It's still not perfect, but I'm going to start siphoning the bottom out, get all the rubbish out, and then we can start filling it back up again, do a proper water change. Alright, so if we come back to this tank, you can still see you got specks of white in the bottom. Because it's sand, it makes it a lot harder to try and get back out. So ideally, I could have tried rinsing them off a hell of a lot more to get all the sand off before I put them in. Trying to siphon it out just basically siphons out the black sand as well, makes it a bit more awkward, but it don't look too bad. I suppose the white specks gives it a bit of personality. All the fish that I'm selling live bearing wise are in this tank, hence it's still a little bit stirred up as you can see on the camera, because I've just been moving all the fry and the adult females and stuff over. But then in this tank, which I've gave a clean, I'm just filling it back up, has just got, hopefully, all the male guppies. You can still see we've got our giant snail in here as well. But then other than that, the cardinal that was in there, I've put into this tank. Hopefully it'll be alright. The Danio's gone into that one for sale as well. So just got to wait for that to fill up, wait for it all to settle down, and then we'll see how we look. Look at that amazing betta. think we need to get a better light or something for him, because it's not quite showing him off as well as he should be. He's absolutely stunning though. For the amount of times that people have come into this fish cave, whether you've been in here before or whether you're coming to buy something off me, they always walk in, wow, how do you keep your tanks so clean? How have you got so many tanks? What have you got in them? Blah blah blah. Every single time. One day I will have the camera on me and say, look, I'm going to record you coming in just for the reaction. But hey, so for now we're just going to finish topping that up, and then we'll come back to it once it's all settled down. This is just hilarious. So I've got my fingers in the top, so as soon as I move my fingers that's so cool. They don't exactly run very far, but the slightest movement makes them just jolt around like little robots. Every single, yeah, look, faster, faster, faster. Right, let's do it slower. They'll all come back out. Move it, there we go. It's so funny. Right, so for those that used to watch me a long way back at the beginning, I used to have a male betta called Mickey that used to be in with my community tank. Never a problem. If you'll remember, he died because he got stuck in a plant pot. Stupid mistake. Always cover or fill the holes of your plant pots. Next point. The next one I had was called Minnie. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember. So the first one was fine. The second one you couldn't put him with anything, because either he'd attack or they'd attack him, and his fins got shredded and he just didn't do too well. Now, I've just had a look, and every time I look on something, I've been thinking about this for a couple of weeks. If I was to put my male betta in with my male guppies, apparently it should work. Now the reason it should work is because the more male guppies that you've got, he won't focus on one, so he'll get bored or he'll just intimidate all of them or whatever. But in theory, in hindsight, they should be able to get along. So once this tank's filled and it's all settled, I'm going to put the male betta over as well. My first footage that I've been able to catch of my boysha actually swimming around. Hello mate, how you doing? Here he goes. He loves this plant. I'm kind of glad I left it in there, because he likes to wrap himself around it. But I think he knows when it's coming up to lights off. For example, these lights have already gone off. They're meant to all go off about 9 o'clock, but they go off between 9 and 10 past. But he seems to be more active. I know they're supposed to be more active in the dark, but they're more active when it comes up to lights off. But he is absolutely amazing. Still got all 4 of the silver dollars. I think this biggest one here is the one that I've just recently got, because I don't think mine were that big. But yeah, so I've put 3 of the ballas up and the kissing gourami up for sale, just to see whether or not I can make some more space in this tank. Look at him go. So fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. Ooh, I could watch this geezer all day. Wow, look at him flare up when he eats. So the lights have gone off. I put some prawns in. You can see them all fighting over the prawns, namely the sharks. Yeah, look, they've found some down there. But at least I know that the boysha's eating as well. Put some in here as well, so that the other fish turtles and stuff can all have a munch. Then I put some in the Malawi tank. Yeah, look, they've just gone a bit skittish because I've put the camera on them, but you can see just behind the black log that they're all munching on that one. So yeah, nighttime feeding. Right, Right then, so now that all the lights are gone off, we're going to come back in the morning, we'll see the betta, it's all settled into the tank, and then we'll sign it off then. So for now, we'll see you in the morning. And here we are the next morning. Things are looking a lot clearer in here. I just need to give the tank a good wipe over. But look who else is in here. And he looks so much better. He looks so much better in this tank. His colours are out a lot more. He actually looks like the pictures I've got of him instead of just black. Absolutely magnificent. And then all the rest of the males are in here. I've swapped the sponge filter in the corner for an air stone. And then we've just got the males. Isn't he just absolutely stunning though? Alright, so we're going to leave it at that then. So as usual, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Bye bye!